Good morning from day 106 on the PCT. We're going to start today with about a 6.5 mile road walk into Seiad Valley, so we should knock that out pretty quick. Seiad Valley is known to be one of the hotter places on the trail because it's below 2,000 feet and pretty sunny, and we're going to follow that with a big exposed climb. The next few days look
pretty rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like tomorrow, is it today and tomorrow, I think, are both 5,500 feet of elevation gain. And like in the first 10 miles today coming out of Seiad Valley, I think we have like 4,800 alone. So it's going to be a pretty gnarly couple of days, but we're very motivated to get to Ashland, so we'll use that.
Yeah, again, just a quick stop in the Seiad Valley for second breakfast and a resupply, and we'll try to get some of that climbing done before the heat of the day. So let's hit the trail. We just did 4,400 feet of climbing, 6.9 miles. That climb is an ass kicker. Holy crap. Not done with the climbing yet, but I think that was the big push for the day. That's going to do it for day 106 on the PCT. Did about 21.5 miles, almost 5,700 feet of elevation gain today. That's definitely the biggest yet. And like 2,600 to sit on top of it. And most of that climbing was on one big climb up from Seiad Valley.
Yeah.
That was rough.
That was probably like my least favorite climb of the entire PCT so far.
Yeah.
Very exposed, hot, like we were immediately dripping sweat within a few minutes of starting the climb.
Yeah, it was brutal, and everyone that we talked to today just kind of said the same thing. Wow, that sucked. But we had our playlist going, had some earbuds in, and that kind of helped us through. So we have a playlist, we call it the J&A playlist. It's just kind of a mix of some of our favorite music. It's like a Celtic and Scandinavian folk metal, like Viking symphonic metal mix that we have. So if you're familiar with bands like Fintroll, Nightwish, Windrose, Eluveitie, Therion, Ailstorm, Scald, Fawn, Myrkur, I'm sure you guys have heard of almost none of those bands, if any. but we're just kind of curious about your opinions.
Yeah, we'd love to hear what you guys listen to. We kind of are going for an adventure vibe to the playlist. So think some of the like Lord of the Rings type of stuff we like. But yeah, basically just like folk metal or I guess just
folk metal and symphonic metal, Viking metal. That's kind of and like
pumped.
Celtic folk music, Scandinavian folk music, that kind of stuff. Probably not what you expect, but that's what we've been listening to, and we just want to know what you guys would suggest for some adventure music. Doesn't have to be what we have been listening to, but what would you guys adventure to? Maybe we could check it out and add it to our playlist.
Comment down below.
That's gonna do it for now. Tomorrow we hit Oregon.
Yay! Really?
No whiskey in Seiad Valley either, so you'll have to have a drink for us at home. Cheers.
Cheers.
Good morning from day 107 on the PCT. Ended up having an interesting camp last night. After a very long, tough day of climbing in the heat yesterday, there was already about 10 of us at the campsite. At about 8:30, a truck rolls up with like 10 other hikers in the bed. I guess there's a roadwalk alternate up from Seiad Valley up here that's not as hard and not as much elevation gain, and it's more shaded than the PCT, which sounds nice. But some people were on that roadwalk, and someone rolled up behind them and offered them a hitch up, and they took it. So, and overhearing some of them last night too, they had skipped up that day from Etna to Seiad Valley. So some of these people skipped 50 miles of trail, took the easy roadwalk alternate, and then got a hitch up, and arrived at camp at 8:30 when we were trying to get to bed.
Yeah, they were not quiet about it. I mean, they were like very loudly talking to each other and laughing very loud, and one broke out a ukulele right next to us and was singing, and it was like 8:30 and they did this all the way till 9:30, and everyone else in the camp was exhausted and pooped from the day. It's the only time I wish I had earplugs on the trip. But yeah, just probably the worst trail etiquette I've seen so far, and it doesn't happen often, so we just kind of wanted to point that out. Just, for new hikers, maybe be aware of the other hikers that are in their tent trying to get some shut-eye.
Yeah. We had a long, tough day. We were tired. And then some people that, like, slack packed, basically, 50 miles of trail, showed up at the same campsite and were just annoying. Anyway, I guess hike your own hike. All right. We have about 20 miles to Oregon. Let's hit the trail. Wow. We're going to cross this bridge right here, work our way up to the top of that hill in the distance, and we're going to be in Oregon. Ready to finish California?
No, let's stay a little longer.
California, we're staying.
We did it!
Holy shit. Wow.
We did it.
958 more miles to go. 2 more states.
We are officially checking in to Oregon from California.
First steps in Oregon. Woo!
Woo!
That's going to do it for day 107 on the PCT. Monumental day today.
Yeah.
We're in Oregon.
Woo! Finally.
Yeah. And also, this is our biggest hiking day yet. 27.6 miles, 5,600 feet of elevation gain, and 3,800 descent. So, our biggest stats yet. But, yeah, the story of the day is definitely finishing California.
Yeah, this is kind of a sweet spot for us right now. We're celebrating all the miles behind us, all the progress we've made, and the memories and what we have ahead of us. There's so much still to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
So we're on a high right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. We have less than 1,000 miles to go and 2 states to do it. So California was a bulk of the PCT. Tomorrow we are heading into Ashland. We're going to take a 0 or 2 there and hand out some cheers for sure. I unfortunately did not pull any whiskey out of my ass, so I don't have anything to cheers you guys with tonight. So have a drink for us at home, and we'll have some in Ashland. Cheers.
Cheers.
Good morning from day 108 on the PCT. Ended up with a neighbor last night, so we are doing this while hiking. This is our first full day in Oregon. Hopefully it's a good one. We're excited to be in a new state. We are heading into Ashland today, but it's a little over 20 miles, so we have a full day of hiking ahead of us still, so we'll see what time we get in. Let's hit the trail. It is 9:54 a.m. and we just hit our first 10 by 10. Hell yeah. That is 10 miles by 10 a.m. And yesterday, we had our biggest day yet with 27 plus miles, so that is 2 of our own personal trail records broken since crossing the Oregon border. It's off to a good start. Interesting part of the trail goes right past what looks like a private residence, a nice cabin up there. Nice garage right here, and the trail kind of runs into this gate and then continues on the other side of the driveway. Interesting. Well, we are making great time today still. Less than 2 miles away from Callahan's Lodge, which is where we're going to try to find a hitch into Ashland. And if you couldn't tell from yesterday or this morning, it's a little smoky in Oregon. I think some of that is coming up from the park fire, which is over 400,000 acres now. But there's also a lot of fires in Oregon, so one thing we definitely have to do in Ashland is assess the fire situation ahead, because I know there are sections of the trail that are unfortunately closed, so we'll see what is in store for us. Alright, that will do it for day 108 on the PCT. We are in Ashland. We didn't even make it to Callahan's Lodge. As soon as we got to the road, some trail angel came, picked us up, and brought us to Ashland. So thank you, Jeff, for the ride into town. Got some good Greek food. We have a hotel here for a few nights. We are, in fact, going to take a 00. We are feeling pretty beat up after the last few days. Anna's knees are really hurting. My feet are just swollen and achy. So yeah, we're going to take a couple of days off and also assess the situation ahead. I know I mentioned earlier there are some fires. Looks like there is one around Crater Lake. I think we'll get to see Crater Lake, but we probably won't get to hike alongside it, unfortunately. But who knows? Hopefully it can open back up by the time we get there. We'll see what happens. But we're in town for a couple of days, so we'll keep you guys updated. All right, it is day 1 of our 00. We are at Caldera Brewing here in Ashland. Thank you, Steve S., for the beer.
And Eric A., thank you for the Pinot Noir. And my foot is feeling better. Thank you for asking.
Yeah. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Thank you.
$99 bottles of beer on the wall. 99 bottles of beer.
Day 2 of our 00. The Sawyers have been moving pretty slow when we're filtering, so it's definitely time for a back flush. Let's see how disgusting they are. Alright, we are getting fancy today. We are at Irvine and Roberts Vineyards just outside of Ashland. We drink a lot of beer and ciders now, but we actually do like wine too, so yeah, getting a little bougie today. So we have a wine flight here, and this one goes out to Colin and Laura. Thank you so much. Colin is actually the former goalie for my hockey team, the Monsoon, so yeah, special cheers. Thank you guys so much.
And thank you, David P., for my wine flight. We have a rosé, Chardonnay, and a nice Pinot here, as well as a charcuterie. So thank you so much. Cheers.
You look really cozy.
I am cozy. They had blankets here.
Anna is very much in her element.
With wine, blankets, we had a charcuterie. It's been a wonderful 0 day.
This is a great way to take a 0. Highly recommend it. What are we drinking?
This is a Pinot Noir. We're really looking forward to getting to Oregon and starting to try some Pinot Noirs. It's my favorite style of wine, and from Oregon, can't really beat it. They're always very juicy and delicious. So this one actually goes out to Bobby H. Thank you for the glass of wine.
Yes, and Peter W. This is delicious, and this is again one of our favorite 0 days so far. So, cheers, guys. Thank you for the drinks. And after some fancy wine tasting, we had to make our way back to Caldera Brewing. So this one goes out to Lana K.
And James R. Thank you so much for the round.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
All right, that will do it from our 00 here in Ashland. Had a great time here over the last couple of days. Much thanks to you guys. Tomorrow we are going to start a 5-day hike to Crater Lake. There's a fire closure, of course, north of Crater Lake, so we'll see what happens when we get there. We'll have to probably find a ride around. but we're ready to get back on the trail tomorrow. But we enjoyed our time here.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for the town drinks. It helps us out a lot. And if a reminder, if you guys did want to buy us a drink, there is a link down below.
Yeah, it is truly trail magic from a distance. So much appreciated. Thank you guys so much. Quick gear change update, or shoe update, I guess. I'm moving on to my 4th pair of shoes of the trip. And I'm going back to a classic that has worked for me for years, Ultra Lone Peaks. I switched to the Topos, but they were kind of rubbing my heels a little bit wrong. Actually, quite a bit wrong. Dealt with them for 750 miles, but switching back to my tried and true Lone Peaks. And for the first time ever, Injinjis.
Yeah, I'm Team Injinji, so I support this.
Yeah, I've been getting some irritation, especially like between my pinky and, what'd you call it, your ring toe? I'm not really sure. But I'm going to see how these work, so a couple new things to try out.
Yeah, and I got a new sun hoodie. So nothing against the, Black Diamond, the Alpenglow hoodie. It's a great hoodie. It's just a bit big for me at this point. It's a lot of fabric and a little bit heavy. So I wanted something as light as possible. So I got the Echo by Outdoor Research, and it is feather light. So I'm excited to try that out.
Yeah. So a couple new pieces of gear, and we'll see how they work out. That's going to do it for now. We'll talk to you guys in the morning. Cheers.
Cheers.